Hello student, this is the third part of the same topic. Our next enzyme is alkaline phosphatase. The source are bacterial alkaline phosphatase, calf alkaline phosphatase, Arctic shrimp alkaline phosphatase. What are the function of this enzyme? It removes the 5' phosphate group from DNA and RNA. It can act on 5' overhangs, 5' recessed end, and even a blunt end. Now there are other applications. Prevent self-ligation of vector. That is the main application of this enzyme in recombinant DNA technology. Removal of 5' phosphate group before the end leveling. So what the diagram is showing, you can see the 5' phosphate groups are there. After treatment with this alkaline phosphatase, the 5' group been removed and replaced with an hydroxyl group. Next enzyme is polynucleotide kinase PNK. The source is bacteriophage T4 bacteriophage gene which is expressed in E. coli. The function is end labeling, end labeling of DNA or RNA fragment. It can transfer the gamma phosphate of ATP, that means the outermost phosphate of ATP, to the 5' end of a DNA or RNA fragment. PNK polynucleotide kinase also has 3' phosphatase and 2' 3' cyclic phosphodiesterase activity, although of little significance, so that not been our main focus. Application is phosphorylation of polynucleotide, radio labeling of 5' terminal. So how the radio labeling you can do? If you use gamma P32 ATP, which has gamma phosphate which is P32 level, after using this enzyme with magnesium, 37-degree temperature incubation, you can find the fragment of DNA, your gene of interest or your fragment, whichever you are taking, that gamma phosphate being inserted at the 5' site of your DNA fragment. Next is DNA ligase. So far we have discussed some of the enzymes which can break the DNA, which can add something. Now here one enzyme we are going to study which can join. Major function is to join the DNA, two different DNA fragment, which is very much important in recombinant DNA technology. This is done by there are two types of same enzyme isolated from two sources. One is T4 bacteriophage, another is E. coli source. So isolated in the year of 1967 by 4 research group, including Martin Gellert, who initially reported about this enzyme. The mode of action is that, remember, it joins the phosphodiesterase bond, and preferably to perform this experiment, the temperature we need to keep below 15-degree temperature, below 20-degree temperature, even though the optimum temperature of the enzyme is 37-degree. So both the sources, that means T4 enzymes requires ATP as a cofactor, and E. coli enzyme requires NAD+. In each case, the cofactor is split and form an enzyme AMP complex. The complex bind to the nick which must expose to a 5' phosphate and 3' hydroxyl groups and makes a covalent bond in the phosphodiesterase chain, as you can see in the figure. So where in the figure you can see both the side, one side E. coli ligase we are showing, which is using NAD+, another one T4 ATP is the cofactor. Both the cases there is an enzyme AMP complex intermediate formed, which comes and bind to the nick region where the transfer takes place and the bond gets joined. Thank you very much for today. This much is enough. I will get back to you in my next class.